you today from Robeson County, North Carolina, where it's a kind of cool, drizzly and wet today. Kind of waited a couple days on this one, but if you've been watching the news, I think this has finally made the national news. Don't know. I think it has though, but just a couple counties over from here, Moore County, North Carolina to be exact. Somebody or somebodies shot up a couple power substations and basically shut down almost 2/3 of the county out of power. Yeah, you heard me right. Shut down 2/3 of the county out of power. There's some rumors, and I'm going to leave it at that, rumors as to why. One rumor is because of a club there in Southern Pines, that was hosting a drag queen show. Is that the real reason? Could be. Is that the cover for the real reason? Possibly. And that's another rumor, that they're using that as a front for why they did it. Because there's another theory floating around that this was done to see how long response times with power companies and crews, to see how long it's going to take to get power back up and restored, and this, that, and the other, how it would affect service to Fort Bragg, because Moore County is adjacent to Fort Bragg, the backside of Fort Bragg to be exact. Also the fact that Camp McCall, Camp McCall, North Carolina, is in that area of North Carolina. Very near there. You don't know anything about Camp McCall, folks. That's where they do a lot of special forces training. Yeah. So it makes one wonder and go, is this really happening? There's also some rumors that they found a few people shot and killed execution style. Rumors. That's one thing that's going on around here. The other thing I want to talk about, this is more near and dear. A couple weeks ago here in Robeson County, North Carolina, to be exact, down here in Lumberton, North Carolina, there was a young lady that was stabbed to death just outside of a food line by her estranged husband. Gotta collect myself here so I don't get too loud and abrasive, because there have been people on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok or Talkie Tick, whatever that Chinese bullshit is that people use. That have come out and they have criticized the woman for not doing enough to protect herself. Okay. I'm going to stop the critics right here, right quick. She did everything the law required of her to do. She got out of the relationship and got away from her abuser. Got her kids away from the abuser. It takes a lot of guts and a lot of courage to get out of a relationship like that. Okay? Because sometimes in abusive relationships like that, sometimes women don't know where to go. They're too afraid to try and get out. And they stay there and they take the abuse for years, praying and hoping that the men will change. Oh, but you can't say that, old soldier, because sometimes men are abused. Yeah, I get that. But more often than not, it's the women getting abused by men. But yeah, it applies the other way around too. But she got away. And she got her kids out. And during one of her visits to the court to get an updated domestic violence protection order, he was at the courthouse and slashed all 4 of her tires. And I found out yesterday, apparently, the sheriff of this county, one that I've bragged about on many occasions, one that I've boasted about on many occasions, doing great things in this county to clean it up, apparently made the comment that his deputies actually did a good job in this particular case and did all that they could do. Okay, so they did all that they were required to do. But that's not the right comment, Sheriff Wilkins, that you ought to have made. Okay? Show a little more empathy, Sheriff. Call out the lawmakers for enabling and making laws that allowed this piece of shit to get out on the street on a $6,000 bond and allowed him to be able to stalk his wife. And hunt her down. And from what I understand in reports, this man stabbed her over 40 some odd times in front of their children. In front of their children. Now, I'm going to go back to the sheriff. See, the sheriffs of North Carolina have the power to issue a 30-day emergency concealed carry permit without going through a class. Sheriff Wilkins could have issued this lady a permit to allow her to carry a concealed firearm. Now, whether she asked for it and he denied it, or did he offer it and she turned it down, I don't know. And I won't go there. I won't even speculate whether any of that was done. But I do know the sheriffs in the state of North Carolina have that power and authority to issue said mentioned permits in situations like that. And I'm putting that out there because in each state, people need to look that up and see if that is a feasibility for situations like this. And all the more importance, if you know of somebody that's in an abusive relationship like that, help them get out of it. Help them find this information so they can get the resources that they need to protect themselves. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this young lady, she's barely in the ground. And her children are going to spend Christmas this year without a mommy or daddy. Daddy's behind bars, mommy's gone to heaven. And it's sad. And it's sad because a protective order is nothing but a piece of paper. That's all it is. You can wave a piece of paper and stalk her all day long, and all they're going to do is laugh, smirk, and smile. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. When seconds matter, police are minutes to hours away. And sadly, when it comes to domestic violence issues, especially when police have responded on multiple occasions, I hate to say it, the story seems to be they get complacent. Oh man, we got to go back to that address again? You got to be kidding me. We just left there an hour ago. And I'm not saying that happens every time, but it seems to be. And this is things I hear from people that have called the police in these cases. Is that the police show up and it's like, we're getting tired of coming out here. Y'all need to sort this out. I get it. They're human. They get frustrated just like the rest of us do. But they swore an oath. Swore an oath. And I also get that they don't have all the resources that they need to deal with these types of situations. And they don't have a lot of the funding that they ought to have to get the training they need to better deal with these situations and de-escalate them. And they don't have the manpower. You know, and again, I don't have all the answers, folks. But this is what I'll say. If you live in states like Illinois, New York, Communist-fornia, and Communist Oregon-fornia, and Communist Nevada, and Communist Connecticut, and Communist Washington, D.C., and Communist Connecticut, and all them communist states that restrict your right to own and keep firearms in your home and on your person at all times. I'd highly suggest you get out of those states. Tell them to kiss your fourth point of contact. If you don't know what that is, ask an American paratrooper what that is, and they'll be glad to tell you. And if you're Joe Biden, they'll be glad to tell you where Joe Biden can kiss it. All that good stuff. But here's why I say that, because at the end of the day, if you're in an abusive relationship, I'm going to tell you right now, if you live in a state that you can own a firearm, go get one. Because you have a right to defend yourself and your family from abusers. Because the police cannot get there every time an abuser shows up to your doorstep. A lot of times, by the time the police get there, you're either on the floor, bleeding, busted up, and hurt, or worse yet, dead. I want you to think about that. I want you to think about that. I want you to think long. I want you to think hard about what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to go out and buy a gun and shoot somebody. No, that's not what I'm saying. That's not even what I'm encouraging people to do. But what I am telling you to do is, if you've got somebody that is abusing you or has threatened you, you need to be able to defend yourself. And I'm not telling you to buy a gun and just to have it. No. With it comes responsibility. You get it. You find a certified instructor in your area, a certified firearms instructor, a certified defensive firearms instructor. Get proper professional training. That's the other thing. You just don't go buy it and pray that, you know, and when that's the other thing. I had a lady that I was talking to the other day when I was getting my oil changed. Well, I bought it from a man at the parade the other day. I said, "You did what?" "Yeah, we was down here at the local parade, and he was a such and such man, and we went. He recommended this handgun, and I bought it from him, and God bless her. Last year, her son got shot in the back of the head for no reason. 17-year-old child, shot in the back of the head. Wrong place, wrong time. And local sheriff's detective told her, you might want to get a gun, protect yourself. Good advice, but he didn't follow up with, by the way, get some proper training on how to. She couldn't tell me what kind of gun she got, other than it was 9mm. I said, okay, well, what make and model? I can tell you, I don't know. I'm like, oh my God. I said, have you ever shot it? No. Oh my God. I said, you have a permit? He said, I got a permit to buy it, or I got a permit. I said, you have a concealed? No, I got a permit. I said, so you got a permit to purchase it, but not to carry it. Because he kept saying, I want to get my permit to carry it concealed. Okay. So you got a purchase permit, but not a concealed carry permit. So she was ignorant to what the laws in North Carolina were. God bless her. I feel for her. I gave her my card, told her, call me. We got a basic handgun course, got a women's handgun self-defense course. Come take my classes. So I even give you a discount rate. Just come on. So that there's an inherent responsibility there, folks. You don't go just buy the gun, and that's the other one. And I've heard it tell, yeah, the man at the gun store, or the person at the gun store told me, yeah, someone come through your door, just point, squeeze trigger. And this one's going to hurt some Glock fanboys' feelings. Yep, the Glock, all you got to do is pick it up, point it, and squeeze trigger. This is true. But it violates so many safety principles. In the sense of, did the man at the gun store tell you to know what's beyond your target and around your target? No. Okay. Did he tell you to keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot? No. Did he tell you not to point your firearm at anything you're not willing to destroy? No. Did he tell you not? Did he tell you to treat your firearm as if it's loaded at all times, even if it's unloaded? No. What about keeping it around in the chamber at all times? Well, I don't do that. What did he say about if somebody comes in? Well, he said, all I got to do is pull this rack back and put a bullet there. And okay, well, can you do that? Well, I have a little trouble doing that. So he was trying to make a sale. I said, why do you have a hard time? Well, I've got arthritis real bad. Okay. Did he show you any other options? No, not really. Got some ladies that, have issues with that, but for whatever reason they sold them a Glock as opposed to other ones, I always tell people, consider other options. And for all you that might call me out on this, whatever, but the Smith & Wesson EZ is a good firearm for those people that have issues with arthritis and rheumatism and joint issues and recoil, managing recoil. And for a home defense gun, it's good for that issue. But anyway, just want to talk about those things right now. So, folks, stay safe out there. Keep your eyes open, your ear to the ground. Keep your neck on a swivel. Stay armed, my friends, and stay vigilant at all times. All right? Anywho, anyhow, anyway, that's for you, Brother Kyle. Until I get another one out, God bless. Stay safe. It's your friendly neighborhood old soldier.